Hello everyone, so back for another video, just a random video this time because I just wanted to come outside and sit while it was still daylight out. I keep saying I'm going to come sit at this picnic table and just chill, but I never do. I always say I'm going to and I never do, so that's what I'm doing here. And of course I always bring dolls with me, and I got Mr. Chuck here. And he's got his sweater on. Yes, I found this sweater for him to wear. This sweater went to a bear that I had gotten at a Halloween event when I was a teenager. I was like 15. And they had some teddy bears and other plushies and stuff that were prizes. So they had like games and stuff, and all the prizes were like donations, I guess, so they were pre-owned, but I didn't care. So yeah, that's where the sweater is from. I don't remember what bear it was, but he's currently in my garage right now, and I stole the sweater. So yeah, he's very festive, but yeah. I always cart dolls around in my purse, so figured just make a random little video. So we have 1998 Princess Barbie, which my first one like her I got when I was 12 from one of my friends for Christmas. She gave me all her childhood Barbies. I don't have that doll anymore because she got broken and all that. But this one I've had since 2009, so found her at a flea market, and then I got her dress separately. But I just decided to carry her along. I've got two others of her as well, but this was my first one I got when I got out on my own, so yeah. She was the first one I found in the wild. Yeah, this doll has a really magnificent face, superstar face. And I just love the facial screening. Her lips are a little messed up, and then her earrings have lost a lot of their metallic gold shimmer or whatever. A lot of their shine. This eye right here is a little messed up, like some of the paint. She was definitely pre-owned, and whoever owned her played with her a lot, so. And then I found her dress at the same flea market, like, I'd say a month later or something. I don't remember. Yeah, it had to have been because it was a monthly flea market. They would come on the weekend of, like at the end of each weekend, or at the end of the month on each weekend or something like that. I don't know. I have my movie star Barbie. Another nostalgic doll to me. So yeah, she was a doll that one of the neighbor girls in my apartment complex owned. And I was so jealous. So, family member got her for me. I have my most recent doll, which I did a whole story time on, so. Ballerina recital Barbie. I still have not washed her yet, but that's because I've had like blisters on my my hands, and I've been waiting for them to heal, so she'll get. And also I haven't wanted to take her original hairstyle down because I'm afraid I won't be able to recreate it. But basically, when you take her hair down, she has a mullet, because they have she has the shorter hair, and then she has the longer hair in the back that was braided, or that is braided, and they wrapped it around to create this bun. So yeah, that was another doll I did a story time on recently. And then we have my Kennel Care Barbie, which I redressed. She was one I found at the Goodwill. My original one I found in a dumpster in one of my old apartment complexes. Someone had thrown away a Kid Core Katie doll, a Nutcracker Ken, like Barbie and the Nutcracker, and then they threw away a Kennel Care Barbie, Purses Galore Barbie, and a Hip to Be Square Barbie. And they were all like in mint condition too. Like they were just missing some accessories, but it was like one of those cases where they were throwing stuff out because they didn't want to deal with it. And I was like, they could have easily donated them. But my original Kennel Care Barbie, I have no idea what happened to her. She was like, she had fallen back behind my bed at my old apartment, like when I lived with my mom, like one of my old apartments that I lived with my mom in, and that was the last time I saw her, and she just disappeared after that, and I have no idea where she went. But I found this one at the Goodwill last year, and she had a haircut, like very minor haircut, but it was still, you could tell her hair was cut. And she was only $1, so. And yeah, I redressed her in this Barbie style fashionista outfit. I didn't like this dress for the longest time because that's one of my least favorite shades of pink. It looks a lot more vibrant now, but like usually the shade of pink is kind of dusty looking and almost magenta-ish, but it's just not as vibrant. Like out here in the natural light, it's much more vibrant, but over time I've kind of grown attached to this dress, so. But I didn't like it for that shade of pink when I first saw the dress, but. And she has those heels on, but I rerouted her hair, so it's much longer. So yeah, that's her. And then I also have this Fashion Queen. These dolls had a gazillion different names, but clone doll from the 90s, and they always came in these like huge, well, a lot of times they came in huge dresses. They're more commonly known as Kari Mitchell, but this was when I got at the same flea market. She was still in her box, but her box was completely destroyed. Her box was obliterated, but I was able to, like the doll inside was fine, like perfectly fine. So I had encountered one of these when I was 10, and I found her at an abandoned house. She was just a head, there was no body. Well, there was a body, but it was chewed. Like the body was terribly chewed. So yeah, she was just a head. I have no idea what the original one that I had found. I don't have her anymore. But I have no idea what that original one was wearing because she didn't have anything original. Her body was all chewed up and stuff like that. So, but yeah, a lot of people know these as Kari Mitchell, but they had like Princess Kayla or Elegant Ellie, Elegant Erin, stuff like that. But at the top of the box, it usually always says the Fashion Queen or something like that. And they're by a company called M. It's like an M and then the and symbol and then C. So M and C. They're very distinctive by their face mold. I always thought that the face mold I always thought these dolls looked like Toy Story 2 Barbies. Like if they had actually made an accurate Toy Story 2 Barbie, that this is what they would have looked like. And yeah, they do have the bent arms. Very elaborate outfits they usually had, like highly detailed, and they came with a lot of accessories too. And they do have the knees that bend, so. And actually this bow is a separate piece. Comes off, but the hair is absolute trash. It's that polypropylene stuff. And so yeah, she will probably get rerouted at some point with that hair color. So yeah, I got her in 2010, I believe. Somewhere in there. And then I have... Oh yeah, this doll. This is another doll that had a lot of names. She's an actual Mattel Barbie, though. But there was Garden Surprise, Flower Surprise, and Glamour Surprise. So this Barbie had, like, several different names. But she came with... Her dress was like Blossom Beauty Barbie. It had, like, little pockets on it, and it had flowers. So she was like a modernized version of Blossom Beauty, like a 2000s version. And I have her in a Barbie fashionista style, like the Teresa one. from like 2014, 2015, no, 2014 definitely. But yeah, another 20. I like putting the early 2000s Barbies in these mid 2010s Barbie dresses. I think they just look so good. But this was the variant of that doll. I have another one, but her face is like the method they used for painting her face was the stencil method, where they put a stencil over the doll's head and they spray paint on the different details until she has a complete face up. And this one, her features were stamped. So they had a stamper do this job, and it looks a lot cleaner. And I like the way her, like the paint, the colors of the paint used is a lot different too. And I prefer this variant over the other one. I don't know, the other one, the one with the stencil, she looks a little homely, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I rerouted her as well. So yeah, she had a bad haircut, but I didn't care. See, and she has super long hair, and I put a lilac streak in there, and I put darker hair on top. So yeah, I found her at the same Goodwill as that one. And the last doll is, of course, a Fashion Corner doll. I'm debating on whether to reroute her or not, because I don't know, I don't like to reroute them because these are some of the most nostalgic ones to me, and I don't know why I'm inclined to keep them original. Like, I don't know. I mean, I want to reroute her because her hair is like horribly rooted, like those plugs are spaced really far apart. Her hair is supposed to be down, like it's supposed to be covering that up. They rooted her part line really thick, so it would cover this up, but the original one, yeah, along with this one, that story that I kept telling where I had found Barbies across the street from my uncle's house, like abandoned houses, and there was Barbies everywhere. So there was one next, like right next door, which I found my original Fashion Queen one, where she was just ahead. And then the one across the street, I had found my first Fashion Corner. So I have a very strong connection with Fashion Corner, though. Like these ones, it's weird. I don't mind rerouting them, but this one, like these ones, I just like keeping them original for some reason. But yeah. So yeah. But yeah, they both have original face molds. Like they didn't borrow Barbie face molds. I hate when clone doll companies do that, when they just steal one of Mattel's face molds and use it. No, these two dolls, from what I know, have their own face molds. So they definitely did use the Superstar arms though, but they like straightened them out a little bit. Both of these ones did it. Both of these ones use like a Superstar arm situation, but they altered it to where it wasn't identical, so I guess they could get away with it. So, but yeah, you can always tell a Fashion Corner by this logo on the back. So yeah, and to keep her hair neat, I just put it in a braid, so to keep her hair from getting matted. So yeah, just had to bring all these dolls out here and chillax for a little bit. So anyhow, I'm going to finish up here and go back inside because it is getting a little cold out here. But I just had to come out because the sunset, like the sun setting, is so pretty. So yeah, this is one of my favorite times of day, when the sun is setting. And the dolls, whenever it takes me back to my childhood, because I used to play with my Barbies outside and all my other fashion dolls outside. And so this was the type of lighting that I would have my dolls in most of my childhood, so I'll just take them outside. And I didn't really play with my dolls, like play house with them. I just like to look at them and brush their hair and put them in different outfits and stuff. So I always looked at dolls as like they were art, so. I mean, there were times when, like, I would go hang out with my friends and we would play Barbies, but I rarely did it by myself. The main reason I wanted dolls was mainly because I just like to look at them, and I liked to look at the different face molds and the different companies that would make them, like make the dolls. And I've always loved dolls because of this. They're like physical art that you can enjoy, and you don't just have to look at them. It's not like a painting on a wall that you can only just look at. You can actually experience dolls in person, and yeah, it's really fun to me. So yeah, that's my video. Thank you guys for watching. More videos to come, and remember to stay true to you.